Hello everybody. Today we're going to be coming to you with a jurisdiction videos. The point of doing this video is so you can kind of understand some of the different jurisdictions when role-playing in LSPDFR as a police officer. First, what we're going to do is figure out where the county line is. So Route 68, which is basically what I just got highlighted here, but it goes all the way down right here. This is going to be the county line. So the reason I'm pointing this out is because for my LSPD, local, anything below Route 68 is going to be Los Santos County. Anything above is going to be Blaine County. So for LSPD, we are going to have multiple police departments. La Mesa, which we'll just go to right here. This is going to be the East and South Patrol of the Los Santos County map. North for LSPD is going to be at Vinewood Hills. So here is Vinewood Hills Police Station, and we're LSPD and they're doing North Patrol. That's where we're going to be. Central Patrol is going to be Mission Row. Now we'll count Central and East to kind of be the same thing, and we'll count La Mesa to be more of the Southeast Patrol, but it's LSPD, so those departments kind of work together anyways. And then for East Patrol, we're going to go to Vespucci East Police Department, right here, and that's going to be our LSPD East jurisdiction. Now we're going to stay in Los Santos County, because we still have a couple other departments to talk about that are not local, and they're going to have their zones here. So the first one I'm going to talk about is sheriffs. So the main sheriff station is going to be in Davis. Most of you already have this map, or actually all of you have the maps that I've already seen. But as we get into the sheriff, you're going to see some maps that I have. So this, anybody know the Davis station, their primary is going to be for South County Patrol in Central. Now we're going to go over here to West Vinewood, which will put us on the west side of the map. Here you're going to see an add-on sheriff station. I'll provide some of the links for these add-on stations below, but here we are, sheriff station. This is going to be Northwest Patrol. And then if we actually go over here, here's going to be another West Patrol station, but this one is more geared towards the highway. So this police station, oops, is going to be kind of your sheriff-based highway station. If you have any sheriff units for like speed enforcement or highway crime, anything like that, this will be a small station on Great Ocean Highway. And it's kind of a nice area because this highway will go up into the Blaine County border, and then it'll also scroll into this highway here, which eventually can scroll into 3 more highways, so either the Downtown Highway, the South Highway, Ellison Fields Free Highway, and then once you get over, as you can see, this goes east and west too, so if you keep going east and west, you can go Vinewood Hills, Vinewood Freeway, and then Palomino Freeway right here as well. So kind of a lot of options there. I'll add a link for that one as well. So we've covered the west and the northwest patrol area, and we've covered the south. In my map, I don't think I really have an East Sheriff Patrol. It is probably something that I'll need to eventually add in here. But I do, down by the port here, have a mini little add-on station, which I actually spawned right into it. That usually doesn't happen, but that was kind of cool. That's the back. front. Here we go. There's a sheriff car right there. Nice. So this particular sheriff little branch is going to be in charge of commercial and my patrols. So basically, the headquarters for commercial sheriff. The reason it's down here is because if you've ever done patrol in this area, the terminal and or I'll call it the L's and Fields Freeway and Cypress Flats, there's a lot of commercial area down there. So you'll notice that as you drive around patrol, there's a lot more trucks, a lot more mules, stuff like that. So I personally added this as my sheriff commercial patrol. All right, for Los Santos County, I think I have one more sheriff station, and it's all the way up here in Harmony. This is another sheriff station. This is basically responsible for, we'll call it the Los Santos County and Blaine County border. Basically, Route 68 in this whole area is kind of what this sheriff's department is responsible for. They are responsible for kind of bridging the gap between Blaine County and Los Santos County. So a lot of the sheriffs that work at the north post of the Los Santos County, it's technically the Harmony branch, they're going to get calls for a lot of Blaine County and Los Santos County. That's exactly why they're there. They're there to fill in the gap for the county. Now, there's actually one more local patrol station that I didn't mention yet. And since we're close by and in Los Santos County still, we'll go ahead and throw it in here. So this is the Grand Sonora Desert and or Sonora Valley Police Station. This is a local patrol, and it has local above the Route 68 border, but primarily in Los Santos County. So everything that's below Route 68, we'll say south of the Route 68 border, and on Route 68 is what this Grand Sonora Desert is responsible for. Everywhere that's not LSPD. So we're talking Harmony, Grand Sonora Desert, Ron's Alternate Wind Farm, Lago Zancudo when you go more this way, because this is kind of a bridge gap that LSPD isn't really going to be doing because their patrol is all the way over here. So if you want some patrol over here from Los Santos County, that's going to be your Sonora Valley and or Grand Sonora Desert Police Department. Okay, so now that we've discussed all of Los Santos County, the only thing we haven't discussed is Highway Patrol. We'll get to Highway Patrol and we'll just do them as one big gap at the end. So let's move on to Blaine County. There are two, or really one, local Blaine County Police Department, but they have two zones. So I'll go to one of the police departments. This is National Police Department. This is going to be BCRP, or Blaine County Regional Police Department, Zone 1. This zone primarily takes care of everything in Blaine County as you hit Great Ocean Highway and Sonora Freeway border. It's basically on the Sonora Freeway side. So we're talking Sandy Shores, the Alamo Sea, Grapeseed, parts of the Grand Sonora Desert that are in Blaine County. They kind of work along with Grand Sonora Desert Police. Both of those police departments actually have jurisdictions in the Grand Sonora Desert, but the Grand Sonora Police Department has the primary patrol for Grand Sonora Desert, hence that's why it's in their name. But yeah, as continuing on, we have Grapeseed, Sandy Shores, the Sonora Freeway, so we're talking Mount Gordo, San Chamansky Range, Braddock Pass. And then as we go onto Paleto Bay, we have another small branch of the BCRP, and this is going to be Zone 2. This is going to take care of the Great Ocean Highway side of the Blaine County. So we're talking Paleto Bay, Paleto Forest, Mount Gordo. Actually, Mount Gordo is on the other sad. More or less Mount Chiliad is what I meant to say. So yeah, Mount Chiliad, Paleto Bay, Paleto Forest. Basically, until we hit Los Santos County, BCRP Zone 2, that is what they're responsible for. All right, moving on to some sheriff's So the Blaine County Sheriff, they have a couple of spots. Now they will actually, that first police station I showed out here in Sandy Shores, we actually are going to call this the Blaine County Operations Center for both BCRP and the sheriff. The main reason is because if you ever walk inside of this one, it has a pretty big jail. So both police departments use this as the jail and their operations center. But we also have the county jail. We'll call that the local jail. This is the county jail. This is going to be run by Blaine County, Sandy Shores Sheriff Department. So that is one that's already in all of your games. We actually added an add-on for the Grapeseed to have a sheriff station. So here is a little Grapeseed sheriff station. And then actually not too far away, right up the road, I added an add-on for a jail. This one is technically, in my game, run by the state San Andreas Penitentiary. I've seen people that run that, so it's like security guards, prison guards. They're responsible for this jail here. So if I'm ever arresting somebody in Grapeseed and I want to drop them off to a closer jail, this is what this is for. It is kind of a good location to put a park ranger post since it's right on the path here, but I already have actually a couple of park ranger posts, which we'll get to. So I kind of like that one to be jail. So far, that's all of the Blaine County Sheriff's offices in that zone. Let's move on to Plato Bay. Plato Bay has one sheriff's office. It is the one that you all have in your game. Also, county jail. Next, we're going to talk about park rangers. So the main park ranger post is going to be right up here. And as you'll see, it's right at a park, Grand Sonora National Park. So I decided, since somebody already made a police station here and put it right at the park, I just made this the headquarters for the park ranger. And it's kind of a good place for it, because as you drive out here, if you go this way past the Grand Sonora area, this whole area is Zancudo River and Tonga Valley. That's actually a pretty good area to do Grand Sonora, or I'm sorry, do park ranger patrol. And then it's actually not too far to come in that Grapeseed area that I just told you about. So Mount Chiliad, that's a good park ranger zone. And then it's actually not terribly far to go to Plato Bay, because once you hit the highway, it probably takes maybe 2 to 3 minutes of game time, or real life time, I should say, to get out there. So not terribly far, but I do actually have another park ranger post. I don't know if it's actually installed right now. I can install it at a later time and show you guys what it looks like during park ranger patrol, but I think I added bridged a gap right here. So this, when I do have my map and you guys see it, it's kind of a good area to bridge the gap so you can get down to these patrol areas and the Plato Bay, Plato Forest area without having to worry about driving all the way out. But Park Ranger County, or I'm sorry, Park Ranger Patrol, they have full jurisdiction across the whole entire map, kind of like San Andreas Highway Patrol does as well. So speaking of Highway Patrol, let's go ahead and go to some of these highway patrols. So this is not on map. This is going to be right in the middle of the Grand Sonora Desert on the highway. I like to kind of refer to this as like dispatch headquarters for highway patrol. Once you go in, you'll kind of see why, but you got to fix those doors before the highway patrol. But here we are. Now let's call this my dispatch headquarters because we have lots of computers, and once you keep on going, usually there's people with headphones here, there's at least one. So, yeah, one highway patrol. Now, if we're moving on down, I don't actually have it marked, but I know where it's at. I used another map to convert this to a highway patrol station, so that it doesn't have an internal, but it is nicely outfitted to the outside, and I have some highway patrol guys out here. So here is in a highway patrol for Los Santos County. Now we do have one more in Los Santos County, which is out towards the west. It's actually kind of near that first Sheriff's Patrol station. So here's actually the Sheriff's Patrol station I talked about earlier. We'll just go ahead and do a little jog right over here because it's not that far. Here's a little mini highway patrol station. This is an add-on station. This is, I thought, a great place to put a highway patrol station because it's right on Great Ocean Highway, which eventually you go this way, it'll take you to the Blaine County border. So it basically gaps the patrol. And when you're in the Los Santos County zone, you're from there to here. So that's pretty clear. And then if you have other zones that you want to patrol, you can either do the highway that goes left and right, downtown highway that goes left and right, the downtown highway that goes north and south, or both north highways, which are Los Santos Freeway and Palomino Freeway. All right, moving on. We have some other highway patrol stations. Let's go ahead and go to them. Here's one. You can't really see it until we go a little more farther back, but this is another highway patrol station. It's at a really good area because it's right on the county border. So both Blaine County and Los Santos County highway patrol zones do spawn out of here and work out of this branch here. So this is the main branch, I would say, for the map. Whoa, let's not run into the wall. For San Andreas Highway Patrol. It's just gonna be faster to get in the car, so let's get in the car, y'all. We'll go ahead and take a little look-see inside real quick. All right, moving on. We have another highway patrol station here at Paleto Bay. Nice little highway patrol post here. This one you can actually go inside as well. It has a garage even open, so if you crash your car, sometimes I'll have to put it in there if I'm pursuing something. It actually has an upstairs, and downstairs, and a couple of offices here. Hidden somewhere is a staircase. It's not always the easiest to find. Let's see if we can find a staircase. Might actually be in this. Is this the garage? Oh, there's a staircase. That's why it's hard to find, so it's on the area. So this little stairs area too. Why not take a quick seat? All right. I believe that's it for the highway patrol. Let me double check myself. We did that one, that one. Yep. All right. So the last police department we're going to talk about is Los Santos International Airport Police. They are all the way down here. You guys already have this one in your map as well. Here's where the LSPDFR Police Department spawns. One more time, I'm going to double check myself to make sure I didn't miss anything here. I believe we hit all the patrol stations. this is going to conclude our video.